The AMC popcorn bucket from Captain America Brave New World. Let's talk about it here on the Fanboy Cantina. We picked this up on opening night for Captain America Brave New World at the local AMC theater. Be sure to check out our out of the theater reaction video about the film. So, this is the popcorn bucket. First, we'll talk about the general fundamentals of how it works. Then, we'll talk about the issues with this popcorn bucket. And then, ultimately, whether you should add this to your collection or not. I don't remember exactly how much we paid. I think it was $35, maybe it was $40 for the popcorn bucket. And you also got a large popcorn with it. It is the shield as Sam Wilson wields it. So this is not the vintage shield. You can tell the differences here where you've got the symbols or the insignia on the inside, and then you've got this ring in the silver area. So that's how you know it's the modern Captain America shield. This thing is about 16 inches wide, 15 or 16 inches wide, and it's about 9 or 10 inches tall when fully extended. So the way that this popcorn bucket works is that you flip it over on the shield, and then this is really, really unique. It's got a collapsible bucket structure on the inside, right? So now you extend that out, you twist in the little pieces, and now you've got a decent sized, or actually very large, popcorn bucket. So that is quite cool, quite unique. And that's it. That's it. And if you twist it around, pull it up, twist it around a little bit more, we'll just leave it there. And that's how you collapse the bucket. On the inside, you can see there. Can you see it there? The AMC Captain America Brave New World insignia on the inside. All right, so that is the popcorn bucket. That is how it works. Now, unfortunately, we got to talk about some of the issues with this popcorn bucket. All right, so I think you can see it here. With this shield, it looks cool, right? From a distance, it looks cool. It looks great. 16 inches wide. It's not as big as maybe a cosplay shield for sure, but it looks quite cool. Unfortunately, this metal is very, very cheap, and it's also very thin. So what comes with that is or the risk of not having a well-crafted overall shield. You can sort of see it here. This is dented in. This is not a perfect circle. It's like it's coming around here, and then it curves in, and then it comes back out again. It's not a square. It's not a square, but it is definitely not a perfect circle. I should mention that when we picked this up at the theater, first we received from the clerk, who was very, very nice, a shield, and we could see that it was dented on the side. We could see that it was not a perfect circle, or close to being a perfect circle. So she was very kind. She went back. She looked at a bunch of other shields, and those shields, I think, also had issues. So then she went further back and then came out with this particular shield still in its plastic wrap, along with an instruction sheet. And unfortunately, it's still dented. On top of it all, we have another issue here. We're walking back, we've seen the movie, and then this thing falls apart. And by this thing, I mean this piece fell straight to the ground. What happened here is this is just stuck on some metal clips on the inside of the shield. So, here you can see the little metal pieces. That's how this piece sticks in. So you got to kind of get it on there, and then hopefully get it to not quite snap, but at least get it to settle on the inside. So that shouldn't happen at all, right? This, for the amount of money that you're paying for this, or that it's a mass-produced shield, that should not happen at all. And I don't think it's like, what is the expression, right? It's not a bug, it's a feature. I don't think that it's that at all, because if you did that, I mean, sure, now you've got this thing on a flat surface. It's not going to wobble around, but I can't imagine that's an intended behavior, because these things are going to scratch up your table, right? This is not something that you want on the dining room table or any kind of nice piece of furniture, because it's going to scratch up the surface. So this is this is bad. This is just a bad design. Um, Probably could have done something differently, or better clips, or maybe a slightly better quality metal, but that should not happen at all. So unfortunately, for a final verdict, it's a pass for me, right? I mean, it is cool. It is unique. If you're a super fan of the movie, it absolutely is worth considering for your collection. This is cool, right? You've got the Captain America insignia on that design. Um, but yeah, the build quality is just poor. It's just poor. It should not fall apart like that. Um, so yeah, nonetheless, some cool elements. That effect is quite cool, but yeah, it's a pass. So, post in the comments, what do you think of the AMC popcorn bucket? Do you have one of these? And do we just have a lemon here? I don't think it was just our bucket here. I think some of the other buckets that were also at the AMC had issues. But post in the comments, is yours better built? Is it falling apart? Or maybe you're experiencing these same issues. And also post your comments about, what did you think of Captain America Brave New World? As always, thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.